Hello, it's Savvy Daphne, and I'm here to talk to you today about the question, tell me about yourself. Pretty much every interview starts off with this question, and honestly, it's not even a question. It's like a statement. They're just like, tell me about yourself. And then it's just this vast, wide, open plane of anything and everything. And sometimes it's really hard to know where to start and where to finish. So that's what I want to talk to you about today, because I have been there where I have no idea how to answer that question. I'll share with you how I answer that question and prepare for that question, and then you can try it out for yourself. When I first got out of college, I would do the typical answer where I literally walk them through like every part of my career. Oh, I went to college, graduated in this, and then from there I went and did this, and then from there I went and did this, and I don't think that was beneficial at all. Pretty much what I was telling them was kind of what they can already see on my resume, and I wasn't taking advantage of that time as much as I could have. So here is how to take advantage of that answer. It's in this answer that you can really sell yourself and fill in the gaps of your resume. You really want to use that time to actually tell them things that your resume doesn't. And the most important thing is making this answer relevant to the job you're interviewing for. That's why preparation is actually pretty valuable for this type of question or statement. What I would do is actually copy and paste the job description into ChatGPT and then also attach my resume. And I would tell ChatGPT to look at the job description and figure out what experience or skills they are looking for, and look at my resume and see what jobs or what areas really highlight those experience and skills that they're looking for. Feed that into ChatGPT, and then the answer it will spit out will be a great starting point. And essentially what you're trying to do when you answer this question is focus in on what skills and experiences the hiring managers are looking for in this role, and then in your past roles, share how you demonstrated those skills or gained that experience. And if it's already on your resume, then you can either really expand on it or go even further and talk about skills and experiences that your resume doesn't even show. You don't want to spend too long answering the question, probably about like 2 to 3 minutes at most. It's good to start off with sharing who you are professionally. Like, well, I'm Daphne. I specialize in program management, and I have my PMP and my certified Scrum Master cert. And then go into your experiences, and you can preface to the interviewer and tell them something like, I won't go over every job that I've had because you can look at it on my resume, but the ones that I do want to highlight are the time that I worked for the startup in AI, and I was doing, A, B, and C, and those A, B, and C answers are going to be what displays those skills and experiences that they're looking for. You maybe want to choose like 2 to 3 jobs to highlight. I would always end it with like, that's a very brief summary of my skills and experiences. If there's any experience you want me to expand on, let me know. And so then it kind of opens the door for them if they heard something in your answer that they want to come back to or do want to hear more on. That's usually how I answer that question. And a lot of it does come in the preparation and thinking and reflecting on what instances in my past roles did I show this experience or gain these skills, and how can I communicate that in this answer in a very fluid way. And then you can practice before the interview or just have sort of a rough outline in your mind of what you want to say. As you do more interviews, it will get better and become more natural. But you definitely don't want to say the same answer for every interview. It's so important to make it relevant to that job and that role and what skills and experiences they are looking for. You're essentially selling yourself and letting them know why they should keep listening to you. Sometimes what you can do too is during the answer, as you're sharing your experience and skills, is say why you're excited about this role. Sometimes when I would answer a question for like a business analytics role, I would tell them, in this role, I was able to build a dashboard and gather requirements and build that skill. And I loved doing that. And that's why this job stood out to me, because I see that these are the skills that you're looking for, and these are the exact skills that I want to grow in. So you can kind of sell your interest too. If on your resume it shows that you switched careers or there's a gap, make sure you acknowledge it and own it and communicate it in a way that shows that that time was used for growth or initiative. So if you took a break, but you were doing some freelancing, let them know, like, I took a break from a full-time job, but kept my skills sharp by freelancing or by volunteering or working on these personal projects. If you switched careers, let them know what brought you to switch careers, why you did it, how you gathered those skills, and how you were able to make that switch. Use it as a chance to sell yourself. Switching careers isn't easy. You have to be able to be agile and learn new things in order to do that. Another very important thing is if you were in a job and you got promoted, don't just say, I was in this job and a year in, I got promoted, and then I was doing this, this, and this. Instead, it's really important to share why you got promoted. So, say I started this job as an executive assistant and I started taking more initiative. I started being a part of more strategic conversations. And because of that, my boss saw the value in what I had to offer and decided to make me chief of staff. And then from there, you can say, like, and as chief of staff, I had all of these new responsibilities. That is a very good way to sell yourself too, is if you get promoted or have a position change, you want to let them know why. And that will show that you do have drive, you take initiative, that you are a good employee. To wrap this up, I would say just really focus in on what problem are they trying to solve with this role and how have I solved this type of problem in the past. And that's what you want to be able to show them when you answer this question. I hope that brought some light into how to answer that question, because I know it can be a very intimidating one sometimes, or just one that can get you stumped and you really don't know if you answered it correctly or not. There's just a lot of gray area. So that's the framework that I used. Found this helpful? Like and subscribe for more. If you use this framework, please let me know. Comment below and let me know how it worked for you. And I'll see you guys in the next one.